Hello, everybody, and welcome into another Red Wings news and rumors here at the Hockey Writers. I'm your host, Matthew Zator, and as always, joined in by Jordan Orth. Jordan, how's it going?
Good, good. Not the greatest week for the Wings, but hopefully turn it around in the next two they got before the break. So holding out
Yeah,
hope.
I mean, we'll talk about it. They lost all three games on their homestand here, heading back onto the road, which is again a tough couple matchups before the end. I guess before the break here for the Olympics, which will be off for a few weeks. Get everyone. I mean, it's going to be good for some players, not so much for others, because the ones that go to Italy, they're not getting a break. They're going to be keeping playing, and of course, the Red Wings have a few guys going there. But we got to start with something that we've been anticipating happening, and that's Patrick Kane becoming the all-time points leader by American-born players. Finally happened, and now I don't know who's going to be. I mean, we talked about who could potentially catch him. Probably Austin Matthews. I think he's the next one up, but he's still quite a ways away. What do you think? I mean, we talked about it earlier of what his career has looked like, but you know what? I believe it was a secondary assist that got him this. It wasn't a big thing, but of course, it was a big thing for him to pass it. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean it just solidifies. I don't want to say that. It just furthers the proof. I mean, he's probably the greatest American-born player in the
Yeah,
league. I mean, you could tell that it was almost like a weight off his shoulders that it happened finally too. So
yeah,
I mean, maybe it loosens them up a little bit. I mean, maybe gets going a little bit more, not gripping the stick so tight. I mean, you could kind of tell too that they were kind of trying to force the puck to him at certain times. So maybe again, now that the situation, the milestones reached, you see a little bit more loose play going on, and they don't have that in the back of their mind. Let's get this point. Let's get him this point. But I don't know. It's a great milestone. Obviously, I mean, it's been a long time coming for him. I mean, it was up in the air after the hip surgery on what he would do. So to be able to come back and see him do that, it's something special.
yeah, and that's the thing. We talked about his injury and coming back from that, and a lot of the time, you look back in history, a lot of the time these players that get this surgery, they kind of fall off, production wise, or they retire within a year or after it. They're not the same, and Kane is definitely it's not the same, of course, than when he was ripping up the league with 100, the 90 100 point seasons, right? But he is a guy that he's still be able to be productive. We've seen it this season, and even in his time with the Red Wings, he's still putting up a decent amount of points and is still an impact player. So that's good that this surgery didn't hamper him in any way. And now that he's put this milestone, and he was saying that it's good, it's done. He's not having to think about it anymore. It's over with, and that he can just focus on hockey and bringing Red Wings back to the playoffs, and which is what he's probably wanting to go back there because he hasn't been there since he was with the Blackhawks way back a long time ago now when he was winning cups there. So I think he's really looking forward to some postseason action again. And trying to maybe get the Red Wings a cup. I mean, that's a long ways in the future, but we'll see on that. All right, moving to alluded to that they lost all three on their latest homestand here. Latest one, of course, to the Avalanche, 5-0. Avs have been they have kind of slowed down. They're not as dominant as they were at the beginning of the season, but obviously in this one they were. 40th goal for Nathan MacKinnon. I mean, this guy's just force of nature, I guess. It doesn't matter what team he's playing against. What do you think about this? This past three games, they were shut out. Only scored one against the Kings, three against the Capitals, lost in the shootout. So they got a point over this homestand. But what went wrong over these last three? Because they had such a good stretch right before that.
Yeah, I think you look at it, you can almost there's a little bit of parallels to last year when they kind of had the collapse to a certain degree. I mean, the defensive play, you're really starting to see what kind of difference Simon Edmondson makes in the lineup.
Yeah.
So I mean, whether you're look to go out and make a trade, not even just for a short term fix, but you still need that defenseman no matter what. But you look at the defensive play with Edmondson missing has kind of been lackluster the last week. And then you look at the 5-on-5 play, they aren't able to keep up with other teams right now. And on top of it, I mean, the power play went, I think it was 0 for 10 in the 3 games they played this last week. So when your 5-on-5 play is not really there and your power play that's got plenty of guys on it that can do what they need to, when they're both not working, it's going to be a long game. So I think that's, I mean, you can't really blame. You can to a certain degree. Gibson didn't look the greatest at times either. Kind of came down to earth a little bit, but I think you look at the defensive play and just the fact that the goal scoring and 5-on-5, I mean, all around the offense just wasn't there.
I mean, that's the thing, and they've been really good on that side all season, really, offensively. Defensively, they have gotten better, and the goaltending, of course, has been a big part of that. Like I say, looking at that 5-0 game, it looks ugly, but the Avalanche have been doing this to teams all season long. So, I mean, maybe this was a good point of when to maybe play them because they haven't been that good over the last 10. I mean, they're a 500 team over their last 10 games. But, I mean, that was probably the time to maybe catch them on a bad streak, but ended up McKinnon just taking over a game, and that's what he's done all season, leading the league.
Yep.
I mean, they do have to improve on some things, and that's good to go into the next thing is they got 2 more games going into the break here, going back now to Colorado to play them on home ice, which they've only lost 2 times in regulation there and 4 in OT and shootout. So it's a tough building to go into. Starting with that one, what do they need to do to beat the Avalanche or at least make it a closer game?
I think you need to see consistency all around, just from the start. You can't come out slow, obviously, against a team like Colorado to put you in a hole, and you're not going to be able to dig out of it. I think you need the consistency, and I think you really need to take advantage of when you get to power plays. I mean, again, that's a big thing with them lately is taking advantage of that. And again, this last week they weren't able to. So getting that momentum built back up. Granted, you got a few weeks off, but going into a break that is that long, you want to have a little bit of that momentum going. So when you come back, it's like, okay, let's pick up right where we left off. And like, oh, great, we got to try and pick things back up and turn things around. So going into the Olympic break I'm not saying you got to win both games because again, like you said, Colorado doesn't lose at home very often.
Yeah,
if you make it a close game, a 1-2 goal game, or maybe get a point out of it, that's a big win. Morale wise, I guess I would say because of the last 3 games you had, but yeah, getting everybody consistency back up and just playing like they have been before this last week.
Yeah,
just showing signs of that. That's all I mean, again, like you said, there's gonna be quite a little bit of a break. I mean, you got guys that aren't gonna have the break, but take advantage of it. And I mean, you got 3 weeks. Go as hard as you can. I mean, obviously you want to do it every game, but especially when you got the break, you got 2 weeks or 2 games, and then you got 2-3 weeks off. So.
Yeah, and I mean they're a pretty good road team, 14-8-4 on the road. So going in, it's not like they don't have any confidence going out on the road. So Colorado's going to be tough to beat them there, but you got Utah to finish it off, and Utah's been doing pretty good over their last bunch of games as well. I mean, they have lost their last 2, but they're also a great home team. They're 15-8-2 at home. So these are 2 buildings that are not teams don't lose very often in it. So it's going to be a very tough to beat both these and go into the break with a couple wins. But but improving on a few things would give them a chance to get out of it with at least some positivity going into the break there. All right, we got, of course, every episode we seem to talk about trades and trade targets, and the latest one, Logan Stanley, has been kind of making the rounds. The Winnipeg Jets are maybe kind of trending towards being a seller. They are technically still in the playoff race with 9 points out of a spot, but there's getting to a point where there's some of these conversations being made. So Logan Stanley, big defenseman, tough defenseman. Someone that maybe we have talked about a few guys. Stanley hasn't really come up. What do you think about him potentially being a target?
I think it. I mean, it always comes down to cost. I think he's going to cost you a little bit less than some of the other guys we've talked about. Like you said, he's a big defenseman. He's not going to play. He's not going to play your Edvinson your Edvinson minutes. Replace those at all if you need him to for after the break. Which fingers crossed you don't have to. But I think he'd be a guy that kind of fits that Yzerman mold where he kind of plays that physical style. He could play both ways. He's not going to light the score sheet up by any means, but he's a solid bottom four defenseman, which I mean you need that. So I mean, if the price is right, I'd be all about it because you can never have enough guys on. I guess on the back end. I mean, you got it right now, but you see what they got in Hamonic and Bernard Docker. Not necessarily either of them playing the greatest. So yeah, I mean he's someone that I personally I'd be on board with getting.
6'7", 230, and that's big defenseman. He's got 8 goals on the season, so it's not like he can maybe provide a little offense. He's not known for it. He's career high 8. He hasn't scored more than 1 in his career since. This season he's able to put a bit into the net. He's got career high 17 points. Doesn't play a lot on the Jets. He averages about 16 minutes. So, yeah, he'd probably be in the same position on the Red Wings. He won't be playing a ton. But, yeah, physical. He's got 86 hits on the season. He's got 66 block shots. He'll be a guy that will add to your penalty kill and pretty good to maybe round out that defense, depending, like you say, on the cost, because I don't know if the Jets are going to be demanding a ton for this guy. He's not like he's a high-end defenseman. Maybe I don't know if a second-round pick might be too much. I'm not really sure of what the Jets are looking for, but mid-tier prospect maybe to get him. It just depends on if they're going to want to. It'll all depend on if the Jets are kind of going into that sell mode, because I don't think they're trading him if they're still in a playoff race, because he does help them out. So we'll see. We'll see if the Red Wings kind of get in the conversations with him, because I think he would be a good addition to the bottom of the D core as well. All right, finish the show. We gotta always talk about Devin's updates to his prospects list, and he just did an update. I believe it was the last couple days it came out.
Yes.
What do you think about this new one? I mean, this is always a big article to read and look through because 25 guys, and he does a decent blurb about each guy there. So, any thoughts on his new one here?
I think the way he's got it done up, it's personally pretty spot on. It shows you I don't want to say lack of depth, but the lack of top end defensive talent that they've got in the system right now. So that, I mean, you're going to need guys eventually. You just re-signed Sherratt for a couple more years, but you're going to need another guy to run with, say, Neem Pellica, Edvinson, and Sider. So that kind of, I don't want to say is worrisome, but it just kind of shines a light on that. I like the fact that he got Jesse Kiskinen as high as he does, because I agree with what he put in it. He's kind of a guy that kind of goes underappreciated or underwatched just because of kind of where he's at and the fact that he's not over in North America playing. So I think, yeah, I mean, they've got plenty of talent down in the system, whether it's Grand Rapids, juniors, college, overseas. I mean, there's plenty to be excited about, and who's not to say that maybe a piece or two end up as trade bait at some point in a deal this offseason or even before the deadline. So,
yeah, I mean, you're looking at the guys that have graduated off this list recently, and that's like guys like Marco Kasper. I mean, he's an NHLer now. Nate Danielson was usually in this top 5 range. Michael Branzig-Nygaard now leads the way. He was 3rd on the previous update. So he's now considered the top prospect, at least in Devin's mind. Looking at, of course, the next two we've talked about many times: Trey Augustine, Sebastian Cossa. Augustine got a big bump. He was 8th in the initial list, and he's out up to 3. Cossa 6th up to 2. I mean, yes, there's a lot of things with the graduations and stuff. Guys kind of exiting the list, bump them up. But they all deserve to be in this. I'd say I agree. The top 3 prospects are definitely Nygaard, Kosa, and Augustine. I mean, I don't know if there's much debate with that as being that the top 3. So it is a very strong. I mean, you're looking at the goaltending is massive. I mean, Branson Nygaard might be graduating in the next couple of years too. When you're looking at, he made the team out of training camp, and then he's down in Grand Rapids looking really good as well. So might see a top 3 pretty soon again with Kosa. I mean, he could end up in the NHL very soon as well. So it's a testament to the strength of their prospect pool. And there's a lot of other intriguing guys. So in the system, Max Plant we've talked about as well. And he got, I believe, got a bump as 2. I ran through his name here. But yeah, it's very impressive prospect pool still, 6th, and he was 12th. So he bumped up 6 spots. And that's crazy. He's got 40 points, of, at least as recent as this article, 40 points in 26 games in NCAA. So that's pretty impressive numbers. Yeah, so the prospect pool is really strong. All right. Well, we'll keep a break here for the next few weeks. We might probably get together and talk about some of the Olympics. There won't be much else to talk about for the Red Wings, but we will get together next week, talk about their next 2 games here. If anything else comes up, there might be some trades. I mean, the roster freeze that keeps being people talking about, that this is like the second trade deadline. We might see some trades in the next couple days, if that holds true at least. We might see Artemi Panarin moved, and we talked about him potentially being a target for the Red Wings. We'll see. But yeah, thanks, Jordan, for coming on, talking Red Wings as always. Make sure to check out everything at thehockeyedge.com. Check out Devin's article, Midseason Prospects Update. You can read through all that if you have some time. It is a little bit of a read, but make sure you're checking that out. And then, of course, all of our other writers' YouTube channel and our Substack newsletter as well. But until our next video, we will see you next time.